Welcome back to Access Anime. My name is Henshin Ikeda, and today I'll be doing a walkthrough and review of Ixion Saga Dimension Transfer Episode 24. Now, if you remember from last episode, we find out Kon is going to war against 3 different factions. Well, technically 4. We've got Jungleberg, the Empire, the Occult, as well as the Olga Sorority. Technically, the Olga Sorority is pulling all the strings, but that's 4 different factions. Kon, you have one hell of a path that's in front of you. I hope you have good luck with it, but we'll see where it takes us. Moving on past that, we're taking to a little cutscene with Icarlet, Mirandel, and Sanglion. Now, they're on the battlefield, and we have 3 different sequences where we get to see each one of their older brothers. So we get to see Icarlet's older brother. Obviously, he's with the Empire. We get to see Mirandel's older brother. He's a mercenary for Jungleberg. And then, of course, you see Sanglion's brother. No surprise there. But again, that was interesting, but it really doesn't go anywhere. We don't know anything more about their older brothers. Kon, where's your older brother? Oh, you don't have one? Or he hasn't been introduced yet? Ain't that a bitch? Not really. He's the lucky one. At least he's not embarrassed as they were. Now, of course, moving on past that toward the end of the episode, we find out Kon has received bad luck because of poop. Really? Because of poop? But anyways, yeah, Kon now has bad luck, and Icarlet and everyone else are trying to help him, cure him of his bad luck. Eventually he gets bitten by a poisonous spider and blah blah blah. Elma Flora does help him out and tries to cure him of his bad luck, but she lies to him and says, yes, you're cured, you no longer have bad luck, but he does have bad luck. Hopefully that's going to be to his advantage, but again, that's where the episode ends, and I'll hold my final thought and rating at the end of the clip, so stay tuned. But let's dive right on in. So we open up this episode with Kon and Elma Flora, and they're just talking, and Kon shows Elma Flora his world's technology, with his, it looks like an iPod or some type of musical MP3 player, and again, he just shows it to Elma Flora, and they're having an interesting conversation. But does he have a plan for the upcoming battle that's going to be happening? I think so, and we'll definitely see. But again, that's where we open up with. Moving on past that, we're taking to a little cutscene with Kon and the rest of the group, and they're sprinting over a vast amount of land to stop the pending war. I'm like, okay, this is definitely epic. They're doing the whole slow motion run, well, kind of slow motion, and then it speeds up. I'm like, okay, where is this gonna go? We're sprinting. Where the fuck are we sprinting to? Oh, the battlefield. Okay. And then Kon runs out of breath? Kon runs out of breath during this epic moment. I mean, some fucking hero, man, you run out of breath? And then the Elbryons approach them. Yeah, the Elbryons, they appear out of nowhere. And then Kon, he is not impressed with their name. Yeah, Kon starts mocking the Elbryons. I know, then Kon, he makes fun of how the Elbryons appear. I mean, these Elbryons, they look like fucking zombies. They don't look like they did before. These Elbryons, they look like zombies. And again, they're being led by some commanding officer, which we don't know his name, of course, but who cares? Again, these Elbryons, they look like zombies, but they're not, of course, but still. They got that zombie appeal, and Kon is making fun at them left and right, and I love it. I love Kon's attitude. However, Kon, he says, get on with it. In the middle of like a huge conversation he's kind of having with the commanding officer of the Elbryon forces, he says, get on with it. Like, you bore the fuck out of me, stop rambling, get on with it. And I love it. And then the Elbryons do attack. I'm like, oh crap, this shit is hit the fan. Let's see what these man-made Hyperions are really made out of. Guess what? It's a bust, because you know what? Icarlet, she uses her Elma Soar. Good attack, by the way. Elma Soar. I want to say sour. I think it's pronounced sour, but, I read 2 different subtitles, and it's spelled S-O-A-R, but it's pronounced a little differently. But again, Icarlet, she uses Elma Sour or Elma Soar, and it's a great attack, by the way. I wasn't expecting this from Icarlet, but wow, perfect timing. And then we're taking to a little cutscene with Jungleberg, and he's getting ready for the war, the pending war that's about to happen, and the curtain is about to rise. I know, that was what we were waiting for, this whole battle to actually take place. I mean, is Kon going to make it or not? We really don't know. But moving on past that, we get to see Icarlet, and all I can say, she hears an attack generally. I don't know how to really describe this, but her attack is generally, doesn't have a name. When you hear her attack, this is Icarlet. When you hear her say her next attack, it doesn't have a name. So generally, her attacks for Icarlet right now, they're not even, they do not come with a name, if that makes any sense. So Icarlet's next attack is called Something Explosion. Something Explosion. It's like, okay, something explosion. Perfect, right? A character that doesn't even know their fucking attacks. Beautiful. Come on, this is Ixion Saga Dimension Transfer. Of course it's going to be like that. I know, and Cone is just sitting back and he's watching this happen. I don't know if he's just taking it in or just trying to come up with a strategy, but I love it. He's letting everyone else do his dirty work for him. And then we're taking to a little cutscene with Cone, of course, and he tells Sanglion that these Elbryons are just a diversion. These Elbryons are attacking us just to stop us from us actually stopping this pending war between Jungleberk and the Empire. So these Elbryons, they're just a diversion. So they're just wasting our fucking time until a war breaks out, and then it'll be too late for us to stop anything. Cone, way to go, but you're a little late there. Just a little late, but still it was worth hearing him say that, of course. Now, there are more Elbryons that appear out of nowhere, so more of the bad guys, they do appear to stop Cone and everyone else. And yes, Cone's group is fucked. They are surrounded. There's a lot of these Elbryons. I mean, there's only a few of you Hyperions, but these Elbryons, they're man-made Hyperions. They're pretty damn good. And guess what? Cone's group is now pinned down. They can't go anywhere. So we are taken to a little cutscene with Dukakis. Yes, he finally appears. This lazy SOB. Yes, Dukakis and his men, which are part of Incognito, they appear out of nowhere. And if you remember correctly, Incognito, as well as Dukakis, are now Hyperions with weapons that they got from E-Carlet. Or should I say they borrowed from E-Carlet? Or should I say E-Carlet threw all these weapons she didn't need away and they picked them up. So again, Dukakis and all of his subordinates, which are part of Incognito, appear out of nowhere and they attack all the Elbryons. And it's a whimsical music in the background. So after we see Dukakis and his men attacking the Elbryons, we hear this whimsical background music. It's not epic, but it kind of fits the moment, but I thought it was kind of funny but perfectly timed regardless. But still, it was an interesting attack scene. I mean, okay, we should get to see Dukakis at least do something for once instead of lose his balls. Kind of funny though. And then the Elbryons are all defeated. I know, just they die down and it's done. Done deal. The Elbryons have been defeated. So a temporary truce has been made between Cone and Dukakis. I thought they already had a truce. Okay, so now they have another truce. There you go. Okay, so Cone and the rest of the group now have a truce. And they join forces. About fucking time, would you say? Yeah, about time. I thought Elma Flora already told these guys they're going to be working together, but I think they missed that part. They probably did miss that part. Anyways, the war has begun, sadly, so the diversion that the Elbryons had, and they went forth and did with Cone and Dukakis' group, has paid off, because guess what? A war between Jungleberk and the Empire has started, so Cone, you're a little too late. But speaking of Cone, out of nowhere, Cone, he has a bullhorn. Yeah, Cone, he has a bullhorn, and he's spewing stuff like love and peace. All this bullshit ran on a bullhorn in the middle of this war. And you're wondering, okay, what is love and peace? This is not Trigun. This isn't love and peace, you know, love and peace, no. But somehow, Cone is saying stuff about love and peace over a bullhorn to all these soldiers that are on the battlefield. And Cone, he introduces his group, you know, Dukakis, as well as his own group, as the chosen Hyperions. I'm like, okay, I think everyone already knows you're Hyperions, but thank you for telling everyone yet again. So he introduces his group as the chosen Hyperions by the Ixions, I guess. And again, it's over a bullhorn. I love how he finds a bullhorn in the middle of nowhere. And again, he's hiding behind the Ixion bullshit. He's hoping that's going to affect all these soldiers and they're going to listen, they're going to be scared. It's kind of working in my opinion. And then E-Carlet attacks. I love how she's like enforcing what Cone's saying. She has like this staff making all these magical shit coming out of it. I love it. Now, I should say the smoke and mirrors of what Cone is doing is kind of funny. He uses his iPad, or no, sorry, I said iPad. He uses his iPad or MP3 device, and then Elma Flora appears, and she has a copy of Elvidia, and it's being remote controlled. So is it the real Elvidia? Probably not, but yes, Elma Flora does appear out of nowhere, and she has a little remote control, and she's controlling the Elvidia, or the fake Elvidia, while Cone plays music in the background on his MP3 player, and I thought it was funny. And the armies, yeah, all these armies are definitely fucking, they're scared as hell. All these armies break up. So first, Jungleberk, they retreat, and then the Empire, they're about to take advantage of this, and they find out, wait, where are our men? Where the fuck are our soldiers? So now the Empire, they're retreating. So the army, I should say, both armies have retreated, so the war efforts have been diverted just because of Cone's fucked up idea. And Cone didn't even believe this plan would work to begin with. Well, it worked, and I was kind of surprised. I thought some fucked up thing was going to happen with Dukakis' group, but no, it works. Now, moving on past that, Dukakis. After, the war has been averted, Dukakis points out he's going to capture the leaders of both Jungle Book and the Empire and have them sign a peace treaty, so this is not going to happen again. More power to you, man, but I don't know if you're really capable of doing that. Just because you're a Hyperion doesn't mean you're any better than a royal, than royalty. I mean, royalty, they have all these fucking armies, and we saw this war going on and no one died within this war, so they're pretty strong still. So I don't know if Dukakis can really pull anything off with capturing these leaders, but you know what, I can't wait. Let's see. We don't have a lot of episodes left, so hopefully we'll see something instead of him just bullshitting about it. Now, moving on past that, toward the end of the episode, we're taking to a little cutscene with the Archbishop from the Olga sorority. Guess what, he unleashes a giant fuzzy monster. I shit you not, it is a giant fuzzy monster. I was like, get the fuck out of here. It's got this little thing on top of the fuzzy monster, of course, that appears to be controlling it, but still a fuzzy blue, I believe the color was blue, and it's a fuzzy monster, it's a giant, and it just jumps right in and it destroys the fake Elvidia that Elmaflora was controlling. And again, that's where the episode ends. As for final thoughts, well, first of all, what does the Archbishop hope to achieve by destroying this fake Elvidia and finally joining the battlefield at the last possible moment? Is he going to start the war back up? How? Both Jungle Book and, well, the Empire have now gone their separate ways. So I don't know what he's trying to achieve. Is the Archbishop trying to target Kone's group? It looks like it. Now that he knows that Incognito has turned against them, it looks like it's going to get interesting. But again, we're running out of episodes here, so I hope he's going to pull something out of his ass, because other than that, it's going to be a shitty episode next part if he doesn't do anything. And moving on past that, what is this fuzzy monster going to do? I'm going to say it, and I'm going to regret saying this. That fuzzy monster was kind of cute. In a weird, sick way, but it was cute. But still, fuzzy monster. Again, that ends it for my final thoughts. As for my rating, 4 out of 5. I love this episode. I felt comfortable with it. I got my laughs, I got my shits and giggles out of it, so I loved it. Were there any real fight scenes? Yes, between Kone's group and Dukakis' group with the Obrions, and that was about it. I mean, the buildup was, Jungle Book and the Empire were going to fight, but that didn't really end up happening because, Kone's plan really worked. So the fight was averted, or should I say the war has been diverted for now. Hopefully it's not going to be diverted in the next episode. We're going to see a little more of a comeback, hopefully. But again, final rating, 4 out of 5. And that ends it for my walkthrough and review of Ixion Saga Dimension Transfer episode 24. But definitely comment down below, let me know, thumbs up, thumbs down. Definitely subscribe, check me out on Twitter, and follow me if you like. But again, guys, let me know what you thought of this episode, and let me know what you think's going to happen in the next episode that's coming out. But again, guys, that is it for now, and I got to hit the bricks, I got to go. And before I go, I got to say it, and I always say it, you can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.